Good evening. I always have technology issues. Always. I apologize. I've been talking and talking. I'm muted again. What's going on? All right. I don't know what's going on with my Rode mic. I apologize about that. I just got too excited. I don't even have my pom-poms over here. Braxton must have been playing with them. All right, let me try this again. Good evening. Welcome to another edition of She Loves Thee on a Tuesday. I apologize for going live last minute, but the announcement it's not an official announcement because Jackson State hasn't announced it, but the announcement came out by Ken Rashad that Jackson State will be going to Vegas. A lot of people already knew about Vegas, but we were going to wait for Jackson State football to release it on their schedule. Of course, everybody wants to be first. And to Ken Rashad's point, he is an alum of Grambling. So he announced on his end for Grambling that Grambling is going to be facing Jackson State in Vegas. So I decided to go live tonight, live Yeah. Should we talk about basketball first? Yeah, we've been new. We've been new for a while. Trying to see when I knew. I knew. But folks couldn't wait to say something. But to Ken Rashad's point, he is an alum of Grambling. So I want to say I knew that they were negotiating like before the Celebration Bowl. Did I know? Yep, it was definitely before then. It was, yeah. Tell them we actually know it all from A to Z. We just, we're letting Jackson State be the one to announce, which they will be announcing next week during National Signing Day. So, we knew. The folks that knew. But thank you to everybody who just kind of waited until either, somebody else let the cat out the bag or Jackson State. I'm excited and I want to talk about it. Before we talk about it, let's go over Jackson State basketball. And then we're going to get right into the Grambling, Dear Grambling, because this is going to not only be a really exciting game, but it's a get back game for Jackson State. Jackson State, of course, we lost to Grambling 41-20. All hell broke loose. This was me. I ain't gonna lie. Let me go ahead and post my video. This was me. After like the third turnover, the fourth turnover.
How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up to try to fix it. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused down here today. God ain't pleased like this. You can't do the Saints like this. Boy, I don't even know if I'm gonna sit out here telling the police.
That was a very tumultuous game. But if you look at TC's body of work in terms of year one and to year two and those get back games, baby, he put belt to ass. Belt to ass. This is a revitalization Silver Dollar Classic. We're gonna have to get some history from Mr. Ford on that one. I don't know if it's gonna be Silver Dollar Classic. I have to get some background history from Mr. Ford on that one. But what I will say is that folks are worried about like, oh, we shouldn't have had it. This is gonna affect me going to homecoming. So this is what I will say about Vegas. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean what you do in Vegas. That's really what costs the money. It's not necessarily because they are a destination where there's a lot of gambling and all type of other stuff going on. Usually you're able to find a decent flight. Now, if folks done already ransacked the thing trying to look for flights to go to Vegas and 10,000 people done started trying to book for Vegas, then maybe it might be a little bit expensive right now. But Whenever I go to Jackson, Mississippi, I have not been able to find a flight for less than $500. I've never been able to find a round trip flight to Jackson for less than $500 ever. I'm guessing people ransacked the flight tracker to go look and see how much a flight cost. And so for right now, it's a little high right now, but that's obviously because folks probably went and looked up a flight. Okay. Like you can usually get a flight to Vegas for under $300 round trip. It's never a ridiculously outrageous price that I've seen. Not that I've seen. Let me see if I can look up on here for you guys. I think folks must have went and seen how much it costs because it was not this much a couple weeks ago. That's one of those, you might as well go ahead and put in your PTO. Go ahead and put it in there. Go on right on ahead. I'm seeing they're a little expensive right now. Y'all done went and blew up the American Airlines and Delta. Why y'all done went over there and blowed it up? I'm getting ready to show y'all. These prices are, I promise you, they're never. I could go to Vegas right now for $200 this weekend. Y'all done went and blew things up. Now, why y'all go and do that? I have never actually seen a flight like that being that expensive. They're not that expensive. Never. They're never that expensive. Y'all done went and just blew the prices up. They usually have flights for $99. Y'all done blew these. These prices are currently very high. Yeah, I would say. Y'all done blew them prices up. All right. Dang, where was I at? There we go. Sorry, I'll bring around the rosy. All right, let's get some of these See, wait until the Southwest has a sale. Good idea. I'm gonna fly out of Dallas. The big airports like Atlanta, Dallas, Charlotte, maybe that's what it is. I'm not in private because I'm not paying no $500. I ain't gonna lie, I did go look. Wait a minute. What? Let me see if I want to be messy. What happened was, what's wrong? I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna be messy, y'all. Jamal, we going to Vegas. Make a JSU to Vegas group chat. I know that's right. What y'all gonna be doing in Vegas? Now, listen now. A lot of folks, when you do stuff, they be running their mouth. What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. I want to know what's going on. What's going on? You synced it? You synced it? Wait, did you see it? You can't ask what we're going to be doing in Vegas. Yes, I can. Are you guys going to go to the Grand Canyon? Are you guys going to go to see one of those shows? They have a lot of great shows, Let's see who has residency out there. Who just going to go ahead and get there on Thursday? What kind of parties? Are they going to have a pool party? What type of weather is it in October? Oh, let me see. October 2025. Who has residency? Y'all, guess who has residency in 2025 in October? Janet Jackson. That's the only person that I see. So the reason why October is so expensive in Las Vegas is because it's a convention month. So that's why some of the stuff in October is a little bit more expensive. But Barry Manilow, who else do they got? There's just so much stuff that you can do. Welcome to the Strip's biggest and best all-female Motown review. Ooh, they got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm getting excited. I hope my boo Anita Baker is there. Okay. I saw something about Lady Gaga. Bishop, why? Now, why would you be going to go see Lady Gaga? Out of all things, why would you be going to see Lady Gaga? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the HBCU. I really wanted to bring on Camera Shy, but I didn't get the memo until late, like a last minute deal. And he owes me one. He said that he owes me one, but I asked him too late. Because I wanted to ask him, why are you over here dropping the T? You couldn't wait to drop that T. Oh, look at the stadium. It's so nice. Ooh, this is nice. It's some folks that was thinking about committing somewhere else, right? They might have to rethink that. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be funny, but in terms of season, like the football season and HBCUs, I feel like now you have to get the money right. But in terms of like destination games during the season, I feel like HBCUs have it down, bar none, better than all of FCS. Better than all of FCS. We need a win in Vegas. 2016 wasn't kind to us. Is this like information that's not supposed to be shared? Y'all be over here sharing stuff in the chat that's not supposed to be shared. Ooh! I thought Shador was going to the Titans. Yes, let's talk about that. Let's talk about well, I mean, it's UNLV. We're not gonna lose. You know what? I can't say nothing. You know what happened the last time I talked mess about Grambling and what we was gonna do? I'm gonna pull it up just to remind y'all, because at this point I don't have nothing to say. I won't be breaking down the game for Grambling. Don't ask me no questions. Don't invite me on your podcast to do a something together. Just don't do it, because Lord, the last time that I went on the podcast regarding Jackson State and Grambling, bad. Michael Jackson bad. It was bad. I'm embarrassed. That was pretty bad because it was supposed to be kind of like a trash talking live, and I was showing my natural behind and got embarrassed. Talk about restoring order. See, that's what happened when you talk miss. I'm gonna remind y'all what happened when we went and talked.
Restoring is possibly removing the G again off of Grambling after this big loss at home.
See, that's that disrespect that we feed off of. It is what it is.
The only order that you'll be restoring is possibly removing the G again off of Grambling after this big loss at home.
See, that disrespect that we feed off of.
See, I was talking big boy stuff. Ooh, when I tell you, the only one that I did worse than that was Southern. But that's because I was very, very confident. Strange things happen in the hole, no Diddy. Is this game going to count? So this will be a non-conference game, more than likely. And the reason why I say that is because, you have the Hampton game. That's a non-conference game. I would think that Grambling would be a non-conference game because it was non-conference for them last season. I was eating big crow. Boy, I was talking so much mess. And for those of you that know what the schedule is in the chat, we don't have the fully released schedule yet. So, I would say that Grambling is. Do we play only 11 games? I think we only play 11 games. We had 12 this season. I'm going to be there for this game. Okay. See, that's what everybody's saying they coming. Now, maybe like Whit said, go ahead and look for your tickets on private mode. They done seen me searching about Vegas a couple weeks ago and searching it again. So they trying to charge an arm and a leg. All right. And this is just for historical reasons. Basically, this is the Sonic Boom of the South made a stop in Las Vegas for Thursday night's game against UNLV on Wednesday. So I'm going to play this. This, of course, happened in 2016. So Jackson State is not new to Vegas, but our mindset in terms of how we gonna show out is definitely different. In other words, Grambling is one of them get back games. And TC, in terms of get back games, he's done pretty well.
Tomorrow night, UNLV kicks things off at the home game against Jackson State.
And tonight, Jackson State's famous marching band put on a show for us locals. Fox 5's Kevin Bollinger is live at Sam Boyd Stadium with a preview of the game and a look at the Sonic Boom of the South.
Christine, John, this is a game where fans are getting a twofer, seeing UNLV begin what promises to be an exciting season with a program on the rise, and then at halftime, watching one of the best college marching bands in the country.
The Jackson State Marching Band, known as the Sonic Boom of the South, along with the prancing J-Sets,
put on a show for several hundred people at the Pearson Community Center in North Las Vegas.
Up close and personal, it's nothing like it.
UNLV's first opponent of the season brought out their entire 350-member award-winning band, thanks to efforts from the LVCVA and County Commissioner Lawrence Weekly. The school from Mississippi is from a group known as Historic and is the first of at least 3 that will come to Las Vegas for games over the next 3 years.
Be able to bring this rich and pure history from the South and mix it with that good old rebel spirit. I mean, man, it makes for a great Labor Day weekend.
These young people today and looking at these students and going, I can do that and I have opportunities. I just think this is what's right about college athletics.
Hey, let's go. Let's fast start today, guys. On Thursday night at Sanborn Stadium, the football teams will play. UNLV begins the season with a lot of hope. A noticeably better team in training camp that hopes it equates to wins. But on the Red Zone last Sunday, head coach Tony Sanchez said the Rebels will get Jackson State's best shot.
It's week 1. Everyone's fired up, and we've all put in the hard work and the spring and all summer. You've gone through a grueling camp. So everybody's, they're fired up for payday. And that's what game day is payday. It's, that's a carrot at the end of the stick. So they're going to be fired up and ready to go, but we will too. And we got to go out and just execute at a high level.
Sanchez hopes the Rebels fire up the crowd, and at halftime, our guests from Jackson State's band will keep the party rolling. Station Casinos has UNLV listed as a 37-point favorite in this game. We'll see what New York quarterback Johnny Stanton can do, setting up for what is going to be a great night here at the stadium with kickoff slated for 7 o'clock. We're live out of Sam Boyd. Kevin Bollinger, Fox 5 News Local.
Y'all, when folks ask you, why do you always brag about attendance? Jackson State always talking about attendance. That's why when you are able to have 20,000 fans come to an away game. Speaking of the boom, I'm so glad that, thank you, Jerome, for sending that tidbit. I am going to go ahead and share with you, which I've been sharing it as of late, but I just wanted to reiterate for folks that the Sonic Boom of the South will be performing at one of the most prestigious, well-known Mardi Gras parades, the Crew of Zulu. It looks like 2025 is starting off to be like, dang, like bam, right? Not just for the football team, but for the Sonic Boom of the South as well. They're going to be in Mardi Gras. Now we know that they also going to be going to Vegas. Like, dang, this shit don't stop. All right. So I'm going to share this with you. So I talked with a member of the New Orleans Jackson State National Alumni Association chapter, and they are about halfway there in terms of the fundraising. So they are asking for donations to provide hot lunches for the Sonic Boom of the South following their parade, or excuse me, following their performance. Ooh, I'm echoing. I gotta mute you, Jay, because I'm echoing. That's taking place on March 4th in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's not Mr. Ford. I don't know where Mr. Ford at. But I'm going to drop this in the comments. And this is the link that you can utilize to make a donation to Feed the Boom. So they have raised roughly, I think, about $2,000 the last time that I spoke with the member of the New Orleans Metro chapter. So they need to raise about, I want to say, $2,000 to $2,500 more dollars. And this is so that they can provide hot lunches for the Sonic Boom of the South. Any and all donations are greatly appreciated. And as you can see, the Sonic Boom is internationally known, and the level of performances just keeps going up and up and up, right? They did the Super Bowl, they did Mardi Gras, they did the Rose Parade. Allegedly, they might be performing in Macy's Parade. Let's talk about, let me see. Jay, did you fix your microphone? Oh, hey.
Fixed. Hey.
Yeah, it is fixed. Hey, Jay, how you doing?
Just working, tired.
Did you hear that we're going to Vegas?
Also, it's been confirmed?
Well, according to Kim Rashad.
Oh.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Let me allegedly book my flights. And get my hotel reserved.
Let me allegedly book my flight. I know that's right. Let me go allegedly. Let me allegedly put some money to the side. You see, Whit is talking to you in the chat. I made my room reservation last. Oh, so you couldn't inbox me and say, "Hey, we're going to Vegas." You didn't even slide me a tip or something. No, I'm just kidding. I already knew about it. But dang, folks was already making their room reservations last week. You know that that video lady says, "Boy, we had a time last night." Miss Natasha, we will be in Vegas October 25th. Right? No. October 25th. Allegedly. Here, let me pull this up so folks don't claim that I'm sharing information that ain't been dropped. I'm doing everything backwards, y'all. My bad. All right.
Oh, what's up, Uncle Hirsch?
HBCU football rivals Grambling and Jackson State to meet in Las Vegas. This particular article was put out by Ken Rashad. Ain't that the same one that said our AD was going to Prairie View, or that was somebody else? I think that was somebody else. That wasn't Ken Rashad.
Why are you trying to stir up mess? Wait, so where are we playing in Vegas? Like, what's the name of the stadium?
Allegiant Stadium. Look at this stadium. Look at that big ass stadium.
Where are we allegedly playing at? I'll say
Allegedly Allegiant Stadium. Ain't Allegiant Stadium where the Las Vegas Raiders play?
I was just about to ask that.
Allegedly.
I'm about to look it up.
Yes, make it a birthday trip. All right.
Oh, they're saying yeah.
So a source has confirmed with HBCU Sports that the two Southwestern Athletic Conference foes will face off on October 25th at Allegiant Stadium, home of the NFL's Las Vegas Raiders. The matchup, a showcase of HBCU football, will mark the first meeting between the schools at the state-of-the-art venue. The Las Vegas Convention Authority is a key sponsor, committing $350,000 to support the game. Organizers said the partnership highlights the city's efforts to expand its presence in sports and entertainment while celebrating HBCU culture. Y'all be careful now. HBCU culture. Just be careful now. Kickoff time and ticket information for the game has not been yet announced.
Yeah, that's what I need to find out. Oh, another thing, is this like a classic or is just like a game out of state?
What the hell? Only 350,000. We should have got $1 million. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority has approved spending up to $40 million if Vegas is selected to host the college football playoff national championship. Shit, do you know how much money Las Vegas has? You know what? Let me keep my mouth shut. Look, it does say it also authorized $350,000 to sponsor a football game in October featuring historically Black colleges and universities at Allegiant Stadium. 55 players from the Raiders have came from HBCUs. Oh, wow. There are all kinds of alumni in our community. Anybody putting on an event that wants to bring a spotlight to them when they choose Las Vegas is going to elevate that game. Look, that was announced on Tuesday, January 14th. They just hadn't announced the actual teams. So I'm gonna put that in the chat. So here's what I'm saying: if Shedeur does get drafted to the Raiders, we need to up that about another mil. We need another $1 million.
Yeah.
Not y'all, because that's where Shedeur got his start at Jackson State. We need another $1 million.
Oh, they said that's where the last Super Bowl was at as well.
I think they're saying that particular one is sponsoring. If I'm, I think that's just one of the sponsors. That's just one of the sponsors, y'all. But I know for damn sure if Shedeur gets drafted to the Las Vegas Raiders, I need you guys to send another $1 million on top of that. Now, when they're saying that they're committing, that's just basically the Las Vegas tourism agency, not necessarily that doesn't necessarily include the rest of the sponsorships. That doesn't include the promoter. That's just $350,000 that's committed to the game. So they're going to have to come up with the other 2 million, 2.5 million, 3 million. I hear each team getting paid 1.5 million a piece. Okay,
Now,
so Sippy say, ask the question, Jay. Go ahead, ask it.
I'm about to say, is that in the clear or is that before all expenses? We need to know.
Fact. Let's verify, clarify, verify, and clarify. Verify and clarify to clarify the verify. You think AD Robinson will answer that question? Hey, what we getting in the clear? 750. Now look. I'll just say this, right? If they're giving us 1.5, are we? How much are those expenses? I'm gonna tell you, Vegas flights, to charter a flight should not be that expensive. I don't know. Whenever I go to Vegas, I'm getting flights for $200, $300 round trip on a direct flight, because Vegas usually they keep the numbers low because they want you to gamble. The hotels be $18, $45, $100 a night.
And also, Vegas isn't that far from Mississippi, is it?
Hell yeah, it's all the way on the West Coast.
I mean, I know it's on the West Coast, but surely it can't be that far.
Ain't nobody driving. The only people that's driving is folks from maybe California. Nobody's driving to Vegas.
Oh,
Not nobody from the SIP.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
No, that's not. But they usually have decent. They have decent traveling accommodations. So while in Vegas, I will get my credentials. I'll be working, getting my media credentials. Ain't that right, Jay? We getting media credentials.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got to put in my request. Where the link at? Where the link?
Yeah, they need to have a day party by the pool. Let me look up the weather in Vegas. What is I know it'd be cold at night, but maybe not in October.
JB, the Boom is not doing motels. We're not doing that.
Oh
No.
hell no. No. We're not.
No.
No. Ooh, look at that weather, y'all. That is some beautiful weather right there. In October, the highs be like in the 80s and low 80s.
A high 83 and a low 46.
A HBCU pool party at the Bellagio or at the Rio. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I'm excited too. This is my first time going to Vegas. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited. I think that it should only be alums 25 and up. How old are you, Jay? Are you 25?
I'll turn 23 in June.
You can't come, sweetie. This is a grown folks trip. No,
Yeah,
I'm
look,
just-
I pay taxes. I'm grown. I pay taxes. I am grown. I pay taxes and I pay rent. I am grown.
He said, I am grown, okay? Grown. Listen, Vegas is grown. Who getting married? Who getting married in Vegas? Let's have Vegas HBCU wedding, y'all. Who getting married? Go ahead and go to the chapel. Y'all get it going. Uh-oh. Wedding bells in Vegas, y'all. Wedding bells in Vegas. Y'all ready for some wedding bells? Jay, what you gonna be doing? You gonna be getting them married? Ladarius said he wants to get married to Whitley. So dun.
Alexa, play Let's Get Married by Jagged Edge.
Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it.
Not Whitney. That's crazy.
Let's get married. Uh-oh. Whitley Arsenal. It's got a ring to it. It's got a ring to it. Not a SU and JSU wedding. I don't know how folks feel about that.
Oh, wow.
We gonna ask Pastor Prayers to do the nuptials. Pastor Prayers gonna do the nuptials.
He officiating?
Yeah. I'm gonna do the read. I'll do the reading of the ceremony.
Just don't have no red. That's all.
Did you see him? He said, "Y'all know you can't be wearing them white dresses."
If Pastor Prayers officiate, don't have no red.
Sippy Saver, when you go to the hotels, you got to pick like the Bellagio or the Rio, Harris. Do they even still have a Harris? Paris, Las Vegas. Sonic Boom said, we can't wear white. Now wait on just a doggone minute now. Wait on just a doggone minute. Y'all are clowning in the chat. Wait a minute. I wasn't ready. Ooh, Aria is nice. All right. So we already got, there's going to be an HBCU wedding. We got an HBCU pool party. Cosmopolitan, y'all. Head to that drive-through altar and get married.
What?
Wait a minute. That is so ghetto. Who has a drive-through altar in Las Vegas? And why is that ghetto? That's so ghetto.
I think I heard of that before.
How much does a drive-through wedding cost? Shoot, they got drive-through wedding packages in Vegas for $319. Okay. I mean, that's what I'm. Look at this. Drive-through weddings and get married in the fast lane, drive-through tunnel with fun and fabulous photo ops. What? The fastest. How fast do you want to get married? Just the ceremony in your car. You can get married for $89. The faster, a little package in your car, $139. Or you can get a drive-through in a limo package plus Vegas sign replica photo ops for $319. What? Oh my goodness. Y'all, they got some nice. Okay. Ain't nobody getting on no helicopter drone. Helicopter tour from Vegas to Hoover Dam. The Hoover Dam. Now, what do you need to go see the Hoover Dam for? Why? Don't get drunk. It will happen. Let's go get married. A lot of HBCU divorces. We have HBCU Lockmore. See, y'all are over here clowning. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Yes. Just book my. See, folks is already booking. I know that's right. I'm gonna get on. And don't they have aliens in Vegas? I'm not trying to be funny, but I thought they said they had aliens in Vegas. Yes, nephew. If you didn't know, they have aliens in Vegas. They just they released that a long time ago. That's where the UFOs are.
Oh, that's where Area 51 is.
Ain't it? Hiking. See, y'all doing too much. Y'all going hiking, going through the drive-through wedding. Now the drive-through wedding was kind of
helicopter. I want to go in the helicopter though.
Yeah, the helicopter to go see the Hoover Dam. See, and this is why folks are like, "Oh, I'm not going to Russell Haynes, how much cheap do you want it to be?" He talking about go to the courthouse, it's cheaper. Russell, for $300 in Vegas, that's an experience.
Christopher, now you wrong for that. Oh my God. Okay, that's my cue to go. I gotta go back to work.
Listen, the sign of the times, because Chris was wrong for that.
I would love to sit here and clown with y'all some more, but I gotta go back to work.
Thank you for coming on, nephew. Let's go.
You're welcome. Okay, let me do this right. I don't want to end the show. Let me do this.
No, yeah, don't do
you. How about you take me off? Take me off.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you off. Because nephew will shut down the live. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Right. He over there talking about it's cheaper to go to the courthouse. Well, damn, $300. $300, and it's a Vegas destination wedding. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Dang. Oh my gosh. See, and ladies and gentlemen, this is why folks is over here talking about I gotta save up my coin, because if you guys would just do Vegas, as in go to the game and get a hotel room and a flight and some about $100 for the slot machines and some food, You wouldn't be having to spend all that. Y'all getting married and going on to the Hoover Dam and talking about getting married at the courthouse. What the hell? All right. So that's what it is. A lot of you folks, that is not a $3,000 trip. I can do it for the Vegas flight and hotel. Like when I usually go to, I went to Alabama State game. I went to the FAMU game. I went to the Celebration Bowl, and then I went to Miami. So, of course, my biggest out-of-pocket expenses was probably the Celebration Bowl. So I feel like the Celebration Bowl was probably one of the most expensive, just because it was just expensive. It just was. I feel like Atlanta is more expensive than Vegas. I don't feel like it's a $3,000 trip. What you doing for $3,000? What's $750 for? And do you really need a car? Go stay on the strip and party on the strip and then take an Uber to the game. Vegas is not that high. It's really not. You can probably get your hotel and flight for $750. Now, you doing $3,000, you probably doing some other stuff. You probably gambling a little bit. You probably went and got married. You probably went, and you know what? Some of these places, you drink for free. Don't y'all drink for free at the casino? Well, last time I went to Vegas, you was drinking for free. The only thing you had to pay for is like if you got like Don Julio Reposado or like Patron, like if you got an elevated drink, you had to pay the difference. So if I plan on booking the flight, I want to leave because it's a 3-hour time difference. I would want to leave Thursday night so I could be there Friday, Saturday, and leave out on Sunday. So yeah. You definitely need to leave out on Thursday so you can have a whole day Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyone looking to make some extra money for the Vegas trip, thanks to Trump, chicken plants are hiring. See? Y'all need Jesus. Y'all need Jesus. Wait a minute. Wait. What are we talking about here? Whoa, Ladarius. You don't went way left field now. Now, sir, you don't went way left field. Well, what are we talking about here now? Let's not have no Lamar Odom situations. Oh, I thought the Bunny Ranch person died. He didn't die. The Bunny Ranch is still open. I thought the man died. Lord, I hope he didn't. I could have sworn the Bunny Ranch man died. See, y'all know y'all was wrong watching that, sneaking and turning it on HBO when you're supposed to be asleep. Yeah, he died in 2018. He owned 7 legal brothels in Nevada, most notably the Moonlight Bunny Ranch. I don't even know if they still got it going. Dennis Hoff is dead. He died. He gone. How does Ladarius go from going to a wedding to talking about honey packs? Can y'all be for serious for once? Can y'all please be for serious for once? See, this is what's wrong with America right now. Cause what? All right. So I'm excited, y'all. I wish we could get a poker tournament going on that weekend where some of the proceeds go to HBCUs. Come on now. Can we get a tournament that weekend? Caesars. Can y'all do an HBCU tournament, please? Where the proceeds go to HBCUs? Please. Not Ladarius trying to be JSU. I would love to hear somebody come up here and tell me what you guys think about the fact that Jackson State and Grambling are going to Vegas. Do you guys like the idea? Are you guys upset? Do you think it should have been a home game? Look at that, sir. I'm going to go look at your schedule. And your schedule on the 25th, you guys have a game. That's not a bye week for you. So you need to be with peer review. You got to be supporting peer review. You cannot come to this game. Mr. Ford, I don't know where Mr. Ford is. Mr. Ford's probably asleep. Usually when I try to catch Mr. Ford, it's usually at 9 o'clock. Listen, I want us to have a poker tournament. Okay. And then you can invite celebrities. And for every celebrity that's knocked out, you get 10,000 towards the HBCU. The Miak ain't said cat nor dog. I mean, listen. Jackson State technically has not released their schedule. It was Cam Rashad that released it. He over there snitching. Let me see if I can pull up Grambling's. Dang, they got to play Ohio State. Grambling about to do some traveling. They got to play Ohio State, and they going to Vegas. Howard playing. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can pull up that article. Because it's interesting that FAMU actually chose Howard to come to the OBC, because I know they were complaining that nobody came to the Celebration Bowl. I don't think anybody's done any press releases about that. I don't see it on here. The excitement behind Howard and FAMU playing in Miami. Where's the hype at? Maybe it was on the other channel and I just didn't see it. So, because I mean, let's do a poll. Miami or Vegas, which one would you choose? I feel like Vegas is a dope spot. Let's take a poll and see what you guys say. I think I already know the answer to that. They got Janet Jackson residency. There's just so much stuff that you can get into in Vegas that is kind of like, dang. And this is why when folks be like, y'all need to play Eastern Kentucky, or you guys need to play Austin P. We don't want to play no Austin P. We want to play Grambling in Vegas. That's why you shouldn't listen to folks, because I would play Grambling 10 times out of 10, I will be playing Grambling in Vegas versus trying to prove to folks that we can play other FCS teams that are not going to bring about any type of attendance, that aren't going to bring in any dollars. All right, so I asked which game you guys are most excited about. Interesting enough, Jackson State versus we don't even know who it's going to be. But the Celebration Bowl is what folks are most excited about. So, let's see. If you could choose a destination for football game, I think Vegas is pretty hot. Like, that's nice. What's other? Oh, let's put Chicago back in the mix. And Chicago, Miami, Vegas. What's another dope spot? Houston. Well, we already go to Houston. Maybe it's because of where they have us playing. I don't know. Vegas, Miami, Chicago. What do you want to say? New York, y'all? I'll say New York. All right. So I asked the question. Oh, dang. I forgot about Charlotte. Jerome, you're too late. But Charlotte is a really good one. But I think it's probably because I live so close to Charlotte and used to live in Charlotte. I'm like, and there's a lot of nightlife opportunities. But in terms of like destinations, I think they get paid $1 million. Ah, okay. Charlotte is a hub that makes it super easy to get in and out of, and hotels aren't expensive. I get that. And I feel like a game in Charlotte would do really well. But I feel like for a Charlotte game, that's one of those instances where you want to have either North Carolina A&T or North Carolina Central versus Jackson State. Definitely. All right. So, as you all know, Jackson State got out of playing the OBC. It was one of those things where it was like kind of hard to do Miami yearly. I went to Miami 2 years in a row. So I went to the last game between Jackson State and Florida A&M where we got our ass whooped. But of course, redemption this past season when I was in Jackson and we whooped up on them. And then I was able to go to the Orange Blossom Classic this year, and that was North Carolina Central versus Alabama State. So imagine having to play the national champions. I'd rather not. All right. So they went ahead and renegotiated the Orange Blossom Classic with Florida A&M. And they're going to be playing Howard. And it's going to be right back at Labor Day weekend. I don't know. Dr. Kanisha, what do you think about being in Miami? I didn't even hear Dr. Kanisha say anything in the chat about Miami. You not excited about Miami? Is that a non-starter? Are Howard folks like, are y'all excited? No? I don't think folks are, because in terms of destinations, Miami is expensive. Whew. Maybe it was because I stayed at the Fontainebleau with Fontainebleau with 2 kids and my aunt and my friend. We stayed at the Fontainebleau. Maybe I should have booked a cheaper hotel. Good Lord. It was like, we need $700 for this and we need $700 for that. I'm like, damn, y'all taking $1,400 off the rip? Grambling has a good presence on the West Coast. They should come out. JSU travels, and building off of those road parades should be good for the game in Vegas. And if Shador becomes a Raiders, gets drafted by the Raiders, man, we need y'all to give us another $1 million just off the strength. Raiders, where y'all money at? Send us some money. Give us another $1 million on top of whatever y'all agreed on. Let's get another mil. And I think it's probably because I went to Miami in 2021. I went to Miami, and that was for Memorial Day weekend, though. I went there, and it was fun. We did the yacht thing and the club scene, and it was good. But that would have been my 3rd time going to Miami, and like you said, I mean, there's certain things, though, that as an HBCU alum, there's things that you want to see. We need to see the spade games. We need to see the dominoes. Like, who's having that type of party? Can we get some of them type of parties? I mean, I can, the drinking and stuff, that's fun or whatever. But where's the spades game at? How many pieces that were taken? Yeah, he's definitely being messy because he knows Mr. Ford. They got about 30 pieces. Wilberforce has a bigger band than Howard. Lord have mercy. Yeah, you being messy. All right. So, Dr. Kanisha, please. Please. All right. So I want to switch gears a little bit and move on to basketball. The reason why I want to move on to basketball, we got something to talk about, y'all. I got something to say. Lord. I'm going to start with the women. Let's start with the women. Yeah. Because we won our game. Okay, we won our game. Look. So the Jackson State women won versus FAMU. 62-73. Yep, we did that. All right. Grambling beat UAB. So, and then FAMU women, they lost to Alcorn. So the women in SIP held their end up of the bargain, right? Jackson State dominated Bethune. Texas Southern beat Alabama A&M. Southern beat UAPB. Prairie View lost to Alabama State. And then Grambling squeaks out a win versus Valley women. All right. Then the men's team for FAMU goes to Alcorn and beats them by 1 point. I know Coach Buzzy, I wonder, was he crying again? Or maybe that was only against Jackson State. But that has to hurt to lose at home by 1 point. That was like, man, you just want to be able to pull out those types of wins. Somebody start handing the ref $200-300 extra so he could have made that one on the W column. Jackson State men's team was able to beat let me pause this, Bethune, because it keeps moving. So we was able to get them out the way. Want to get you up on out of here. Texas Southern beat Alabama A&M men's team as well. Southern beat the dog mess out of UAPB. Alabama State squeaked out a win versus Prairie View on the men's side, and then Grambling men's beat Valley. So then here come Monday. Y'all. Let me go ahead and play it. Oh, Jesus.
How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up to death with this. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused down here today. God ain't pleased with this. You can't do the Saints like this. Oh, I don't even know if I'm gonna sit out here till the police come. I'm gonna sit out here till the police come. I'm doing a refund. Because I'm doing one of me.
Okay. So I mean, it's almost like a 180. You got one game where you can't miss. You dropping every three that's in there. Maybe you should have saved some of them threes that you had for the game before. Save it for the FAMU game. FAMU came out there with a chip on their shoulder. They was playing for the Celebration Bowl and the win. And the other two times they lost at the Orange Blossom Classic. Like when the FAMU Rattlers plays Jackson State, they be playing for more than just the game. Okay, they be playing for their life is on the line, like their life depended on it. So in the first half, with 11 minutes and 17 seconds left, it was already 17-6. I said, what's going on? What's going on? What happened? That was at 8:24 p.m. yesterday that I took that screenshot. You know, that's around my son's bedtime. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and put my son to bed. Let me go ahead and put him to bed. But then, with only a minute and 21 seconds left, it was 27-21. This, for the game, I feel like it was more like people are saying in the chat, but we're going to call it self-inflicted mistakes. Okay? All self-inflicted. So I'm going to go ahead and play that video as well. And it says Orange Blossom Classic, but this is clearly the game versus FAMU on Monday night.
What can you learn? Is there anything that you can learn from it? Just kind of to reflect back on the Orange Blossom Classic.
If we can do the things that we need to do, we'll be successful. The game last year was all self-inflicted stuff. I mean, every single thing that happened to us, all of those things we've had to reevaluate, and we're going to do those things differently this year. And so with our team, we understand that the focus has to be on doing the little things right. You know, that second F in our program is fundamentals. And so those are habits. Those are the little things that it takes to be successful. And so we got to really, really focus on that because the talent is there. And if we do that, we feel like there's not a team on our schedule that can beat us toe to toe if we do those little things right. And so that's the takeaway from last year's game. That's the takeaway from North Carolina as well. It was the same thing. It was self-inflicted wounds.
Okay, Shannon Grant. Mr. Grant was on one. He had 18 points. So I think, of course, when your shooter is not shooting, it's going to cost you the game. So Deshaun Ruffin had 10 points on the game, right? When he scored 37 in the other game. And now he scored 10, right? McMillan scored 9. Mitchell scored 11. So basically, when your shooters aren't on their A game or they're a little off, that can cost you the game. And for us, this particular game, it came down to that. FAMU was shooting at 43.9% field goal. Neither one of FAMU nor Jackson State was really shooting that well from the 3-point range. JSU was a little bit off with their free throw shooting, which these are free points that you must get. FAMU was out rebounding Jackson State. Jackson State and FAMU was roughly neck and neck in turnovers. FAMU had 18 turnovers. Jackson State had 17. FAMU had 38 rebounds versus Jackson State's 29. Jackson State had 12 steals versus FAMU having 9. So the 3-point shooting was just not there tonight or on Monday night. It's one of them games. So there's some games that, you're not going to always pull out a win. But these are the type of games that when it comes down to the end of the season, you're going to look back and these were winnable games. Can't be losing the Rattlers though. You cannot. Okay? You cannot be losing to the Rattlers. What are you doing? Russ was wondering why the physicality conference didn't get an invite to Vegas. In the words of Max, y'all gonna have to win something to play us. You ain't gonna be out here wasting our grass. You ain't gonna be out here wasting our invite to Vegas. Y'all need to win in y'all own division. Win something first before you sit up there and think you supposed to be on the same field as us. That's kind of mean, but if anybody deserves to be in Vegas, it's Grambling. They deserve to get their ass whooped in a get back game of epic proportions. In terms of get back games, I want to say TC Taylor is undefeated in get back games. He don't play about some get back games. Versus South Carolina State the first time, whooped them. South Carolina State the second time, whooped them. So I'm just saying. Hey, Doc.
Good evening, everybody.
You was about to say good morning.
I sure was. I've been in the house all day. Oh my goodness. Nah.
Did you see we lost to the Rattlers on Monday?
Yes, I did. I watched the game on my way on my phone on my way home from work. It was some things that I did see from FAMU. They were basically going from a man to somewhat of a matchup zone defense, and their hand were active. And when you talk about active hands, basically they're swiping at the ball, stealing the ball away. I think when I saying with Jackson State getting into the big men to Mansell and Shannon, the biggest no-no when it comes to basketball, if you're a big man, is you don't put the ball on the floor. Mm-hmm. Because that's grounds for getting your getting the cookies taken away in basketball.
What cookies? What cookies?
That's a basketball term.
Not getting your cookies taken away.
Mm-hmm. Get your cookies taken away. So, turnovers killed us throughout the whole game, and it was that, and also you're talking about a team that takes more threes than anybody in the conference. They attempt more 3-pointers and they make more 3-pointers than anybody in the conference. You talked about a coach and Coach Crary, who is more of analytics than not a traditional basketball. Mm-hmm. So he relies on numbers. So basically, if you're a shooter and your job is to shoot, you're going to shoot X amount of shots. You're going to shoot X amount of 3-pointers. If you make it, you make it. If you miss it, you miss. But he wants you to keep shooting.
What do you think about Coach Crary?
I think he's doing an excellent job with what he's been put up against. Having a 1-year deal, and it's just it's a show and see. And I said this.
It's weird to have a show and see deal.
Yeah.
When the previous coach was just there, just losing and pay,
He was
getting
losing
paid,
games.
losing and getting paid and just losing and just getting paid and losing some more. And then you got to come in and show that you're worthy of the job and that you deserve the money that you're asking for. But if you do have a 1-year deal and you go deep in the tournament, you do have grounds for renegotiating your contract, right? You could ask for more money.
You sure do. And guess what? He also has grounds for, I don't like the way y'all treated me at first when I first got here. Deuces. Hey.
I'm taking my talents to a different school.
I'm taking my talents to a different region, to a different school.
Damn.
Like, because look at how long it took for him to sign him. And look at how long, for them to even get a coach. And what he's doing he's 7-11 right now.
Don't Shaquille O'Neal's sons play over there?
The youngest one, Shakir is over at FAMU.
Have you guys seen Shaquille O'Neal yet?
Shaq is in basketball season now.
Shaq over there messing with them young girls, young enough to be his daughter age. Fix it. Fix it. Did you hear that we're going to be in Vegas?
Oh yeah, I heard it. And I talked to some in the crew. They already look at rooms and stuff like that. So, hey, hey, I'm like, Mr. Jerome, is this supposed to be a home game for us? Is it technically supposed to be a home game for us? Need a media pass for that. Need media pass for that. But still, I would still go because it's Vegas. It's on the strip. You know what I'm saying? It's late October. That'll be a good birthday present for me. That'll be a good birthday present. And then it's nothing but a 4.5-hour drive from LA. So, hey. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind going to Vegas. Wouldn't mind going to Vegas.
You wouldn't mind going to Vegas?
I wouldn't mind going to Vegas.
To work?
Like to work the game?
Do you think Shedeur is getting drafted to the Raiders? He's went to the Titans.
I would say Shedeur gets drafted by the who has the first pick? Tennessee, right?
Yeah. I think they're taking Cam Ward.
I don't think they'll take Cam Ward.
What happened to Will Levis?
He's still on the team. I think it's it said Cleveland has the first. Who has the first pick? Because I actually do need to see.
Hey Siri, who has the first pick in the NFL draft?
The 2025 NFL Draft starts at 8 p.m. on Thursday, April 24th, and ends Saturday, April 26th.
So Titans is number 1, number 2 is Browns, number 3 is Giants, 4 is Patriots, 5 is Jaguars, 6 is Raiders.
So do you think, here's the thing, do you even think Shedeur is going to last that long until he gets to the Raiders? Unless the Raiders make a move.
Who needs a quarterback, though?
The Raiders need a quarterback. So if I'm the Raiders, I'm moving my pick up. I'm moving my pick up.
Who are they going to trade?
You can trade
Who
value.
they trading up? Who they trading? Okay, well, I wanted to share this.
You could trade picks.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
He ain't going to the Browns. I'm gonna tell you just. I'm gonna tell you just like that.
Don't they already have Jameis Winston there? But behind
Jameis is a free agent.
Ooh, they're not gonna keep him?
Don't know yet. Jameis is a free agent. Deshaun Watson is that contract is kicking their tail, so they want to get rid of that contract.
Jameis been being passed around like a blunt.
I mean, but that's what you do when you're a backup QB. So Travis might go first.
I haven't really heard no smoke about Travis. Did he decide not to participate in anything? Like, what's going on?
No, Travis is considered an underclassman. So, like the Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl is all for dudes that's like graduated or completed their eligibility and stuff like that.
So I wanted to share this tidbit because I thought it was great. And he is making news and making his name is becoming a household name in terms of the NFL draft. And that is none other than Carson Vincent. He is an Alabama A&M offensive tackle. He's 6'6", 304 pounds. And they're saying mid to late rounds. But if I'm a team and trust and believe, there are a lot of mid teams. A lot of mid teams in terms of their offensive line. Like the Panthers don't have a good offensive line. Who else doesn't have a good offensive line? Falcons
been working on their offensive line. I know we've been working on our offensive line.
Who is we? Because I know you're not talking about. We're not discussing the Cowgirls.
Hey, hold on now.
We're not discussing.
There would be no Cowboy slander on SheLovesThee.
We're not even talking about them. They hired the offensive coordinator as a head coach. They are such
Do you see my face? I told Troy, I said the day would come when the Cowboys are free of the genjutsu from Jerry Jones is when you dig up his mama and tell her to put a black dress on so we could drop flowers off at his house in Highland Park.
Yeah, Cowboys are an unserious organization at this point in time. Please do not draft. Please do not draft. No, the Raiders need to pick up. If you can pick up, if you draft Shador, draft this young man as well.
The Raiders, and he's doing that against Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M. He's a.
Didn't we try to get Shamar Stewart?
I think we did.
And he saw right through it. He was like, "Nah, I'm good." That was funny. That was funny because he was like, because he was like, if he wasn't worried about the money, he saw right through that facade, and then all of a sudden it was all about the money. But that's neither here nor there. But Shamar Stewart was definitely, in talks to come to Jackson State. Let me go ahead and play this interview. This is at the Reese's Senior Bowl. Carson Vincent is the only HBCU prospect that participated in the Senior Bowl.
Day one here with Carson Vincent, Alabama A&M offensive tackle. Carson, how was day one for you?
I think it went great. I think I played to my standard. A lot of outside people would say I had an amazing day, I had a great day, but that was just a Carson Vincent day for me. That's just what I do. That's what my standard is. So I think I competed well and did what I needed to do on multiple levels. I just got to stay the same for the next few days.
A lot of good talent down here for you. How important was it for you to show up in Mobile and compete against some of the best talent on the best side of the ball?
It's very important because as a small school guy, that's the biggest questions is competition-wise And I just want to show that, like, HBCU, like, we got dogs at HBCU. We got dogs at SCS. And we compete and we play. And we here to play ball. We're not just here. I'm not a charity case. I'm here to play football.
Carson, for those out there that aren't too familiar with your game, what are teams, NFL teams, getting in Carson Vincent along their offensive line?
I would just say, like, there's people that like football. There's people that love football. I need it. Like, I need football. I'm addicted to football. This is all I do 24/7, 24/10. I think about football.
That's Carson Vincent, offensive tackle from Alabama A&M.
I appreciate you guys.
So, you know, and the recent Senior Bowl, yes, but they've been looking at him even when they played Jackson State. I can remember, was it Jim Natty?
Jim Nagy, yeah.
Nagy. He was speaking about that they were going to be on site for this particular game, basically sizing up Carson Vincent. Wouldn't that be amazing for, I mean, it's kind of bittersweet, but amazing, right? For Coach Maynor to be able to have one of his student athletes getting drafted in the NFL.
Yeah, because that would say that he came under Maynard. He was under his program, under his watch for the 4 years he was at A&M. Carson could have had plenty of chances to transfer out of Huntsville, but he didn't. He stayed the course, and look where he at right now. I love what he said, that he said HBCU and FCS got some dogs. Don't sleep on us. Best thing I heard right there.
And Blue says 2 FCS guys were arguably the best players on the field today. Zabel was easily number 1, but Vincent may have been number 2.
And
that
but
just
Blue down there, because that's at the house for him.
What happened?
I said, Blue at the Senior Bowl, because that's home for him.
Right. So he's from Mooresville, North Carolina. He graduated from Panther Creek High School. And he's been at Alabama A&M all 5 years.
Like I said, he could have had plenty of
2020
chances.
Up until 2024. He played his entire career at Alabama A&M. So that, of course, speaks volumes because you don't necessarily see that anymore, right? You see folks who put on a clinic, they get their accolades, and they hop into the transfer portal.
And even with all the QB shuffles and stuff like that, he went out there, he did his job, and he did it well. He only gave up 1 sack. He only gave up 1 sack. I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they want you, they'll find you.
So congratulations. And of course, we will definitely be following his journey as he goes through the Senior Bowl. There was an announcement that there's going to be at least 1 HBCU player at the official NFL Combine. More than likely, it's going to be Carson Vincent.
Yeah, we still got with us, we still have the HBCU Legacy Combine. The HBCU Combine, we still got the Legacy Bowl. Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's Carson Vincent.
Carson Vincent, sorry.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, I just like the opportunity. That's all I like right there. I wish I was able to go to Mobile at the Shrine Bowl, but unfortunately, I gotta go back to work on Saturday, so I won't be able to do both.
So did you see Shador?
I didn't get a chance to see the Shador. Shador left to, they still have their ranch in.
Did you see Cam?
I didn't get to see camp. So when I got there Saturday to pick my credentials up, most of the players were like in interviews and they were getting measured and stuff like that. So I didn't get a chance to see. I just got the one interview from Jaquindon from Arkansas. And I was supposed to go out yesterday, but I got called in to work yesterday.
Okay.
But other than that, I think today was the last practice today, but or it's tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the last day of practice, and then Thursday is the game. But I did see Shiloh get cooked in coverage drills.
In like
he got cooked in DB drills.
In multiple. Isn't he a safety?
Yes.
They had him doing corner drills. Weren't those corner drills? But he's a safety. A free safety, isn't he?
A little bit of both.
He's not a strong safety, huh?
A little bit of both. I would consider him more of a strong safety than a free safety.
Well,
because the free safety you have to cut. You still got to cover the back end. With a strong safety, you can cover, but you can also play more into the box.
Blue being messy.
No, I'm telling you, when I looked at that video and I was like
his ass got cooked. Don't be doing our Jackson State alum like that. Don't be doing Shiloh like that.
He was cooked at Jackson State.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was. If you put him in a situation, not saying that he's not good, because I think he's good, but you don't want to put him in a position to where he has to cover. You want him to be in a position where he plays towards the box, but also he has to learn more about tackling too, because he leads more with his shoulder.
There's not nothing more that you can learn. That's what he does. He's been doing it for years. There's no such thing as learning how to tackle. He has the access to the best trainers, the best training of anybody. Hell, his daddy is a damn goat.
His daddy didn't tackle.
So then he's following his daddy footsteps.
No, he's following in the footsteps of people, safeties that like to lay the boom, but doesn't know how to wrap up and tackle. That's the thing. Like, here's my thing. He gets on the team. Thank you. Jay's last name on the jersey. He's an undrafted free agent. Here's my thing. If he gets on the team, he's going to play special teams. He's not going to start. He'll come out for certain packages if he learns the defense, all the way through. But he's more of a special teams guy. Special teams, you got to learn how to tackle. You cannot go in and lay in with your shoulder. Now, the issue that he had last 2 years was because he's going in with his shoulder. He's laying, he had surgery on his shoulder already. Remember? So you can't just go in with your shoulder. You got to learn how to tackle.
He's had surgery on his shoulder. He's had surgery on his knee. He's had several different injuries.
Right, but at the same time, when it comes to playing safety, you need everything right here above. You need that. So you can't, you have to be able to learn how to tackle. You got to be able to tackle better. That's the reason why I say you go into play special teams. On kickoff returns, you got to learn how to tackle. Got to.
The only thing I want to hear is sidebar. I hope that Shiloh gets drafted.
I hope he gets drafted too. I'm not saying that.
Well, technically, if you're going to go in the 6th round, you could have stayed at Jackson State. But
Well,
You could have stayed at Jackson State and you would have and got drafted in the 6th round.
he's not fast. He's not fast. He only runs, I think he runs like a 4.6 as a safety. He does not cover well. He tends, like I said, he tends to lead with his shoulder, and not make the actual tackle. He wants to make the big hit. You gotta kind of, if you know, you gotta eliminate that all those things. Well, the speed, he can get faster with speed, but the coverage is already been exposed.
I would make my son a package deal with Shador. You gotta draft my other son too.
Boy, they would laugh his ass off the damn.
Even if it's a 6th rounder. I mean, nobody cares about the 6th and 7th round pick. Like,
well, you can't really say that because the starter for the San Francisco 49ers came out of the 7th round and he was Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy.
right, but he actually worked his ass off. But in terms of when these draft picks are taken in the 6th and 7th round, everybody knows that those, number one, technically you would actually rather go undrafted if you're going to go in the 7th round, right? Because then at least you get to pick what team you want to go to.
Yeah,
I think putting Shiloh as an undrafted free agent, nobody's taking him in the 4th round. Maybe he might be 5th or 6th. I don't know. I don't see Dion being able to negotiate that with certain teams.
Well, Dion can't really negotiate anything because he's not an official agent, an NFL agent. So, and still, he's also still the head coach of Colorado. So that's a double whammy that he can't do. He just got to be a daddy and watch his sons get drafted.
I mean, you still have like some pool to get somebody drafted.
Nah, he ain't got no pool. Not when he got if your last name wasn't Manning, like Eli got out of the situation when San Diego was trying to draft him, and he ended up going to the Giants. They did a trade.
That's where he wanted to go.
Well, Archie, his daddy, didn't want him in San Diego in the first place because at that time they said that the Chargers were a horrible organization to play for, and they had a horrible owner in Spanos. So they initiated a trade. They got it really wasn't a bad trade because San Diego, the Chargers ended up getting Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
And the Giants got Eli. He wanted him, I think, and they think Archie wanted him to be in the major spotlight too. Because at the time, Peyton was already in Indianapolis, and Peyton was playing for a small, he was playing for a small market team anyway.
Unless you're Tomlin, like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They ain't pulled the plug on him yet.
Well, if he doesn't get past the first round, if he don't get past the wild card round,
do you know how long folks been saying if he don't and he still be right there?
Well, you just don't know. Yeah, John Elway dictated where he was going to draft. John Elway dictated where he's going to be drafted because he had baseball to back him up too. But yeah,
So I'm hoping that, of course, I think Shador is going to go to the Raiders. Me personally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Raiders got to move. They're gonna have to move mountains. Like even Ken would tell you, because Ken is a Raiders fan. He'd be like, you got to trade up to get him. He did say I'd rather. He did say I'll trade Max Crosby and my number 6 pick to get to the 2nd or 3rd pick.
I just don't want for Shador to be in like a situation where he gets drafted to a team and they have a terrible offensive line. It sucks having a terrible offensive line. He needs some
He's going to
rest.
have a terrible offensive line with the Raiders.
I know. That's why it's kind of like, dang, you want to go to some place where you have a decent line, not, damn, you got to still run. You ain't have no rest. You went from running in college to running again. They just gonna run you right on down, boy. And them grown ass men there. That is not a walk in the park. You don't want to get hit by one of them. You don't want to hold the ball. Better release it.
Who you think is better, Cam Ward or Shador Sanders?
They getting trained by the same person.
True. I
think Shador is all. I think
Shador is a little bit better than Cam, but Cam is just as talented as Shador. And they both had the same. And they both had the same. They both had the same type of movement where Cam wasn't even a 3-star. He was a 2-star coming out of high school here in Texas.
He was a what?
He was a 2-star coming out of high school. Started at Incarnate Word, did his thing there, transferred, went to Washington State, did his thing over there, and then he went to the U and did his thing over there.
Blue says Cam Ward all day and twice on Sundays. And if I do it to draft 10 times, I'm choosing Cam Ward 10 out of those 10 times to go number 1. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Cam is more mobile. More mobile than Shador.
Which, of course, is the new mobile quarterbacks are literally the new scheme. Like when we think about in terms of the quarterbacks that are making moves and stuff and who do you look for, it's definitely the mobile quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that Shador mirrored himself after being kind of like a Tom Brady, kind of like a pocket passing type of QB. Not necessarily one that had to move like that. So it'll be interesting to see. I think Shador is more accurate, but Cam is more mobile. What is more important in this day and age?
Accuracy.
Well, they saying Shador more accurate. And Cam, you think Cam's gonna get drafted? He's at the
Cam Silver Craig. I think he'll get drafted too. Cam is a in the box safety. He is who he is. He can cover, but he is in the box for his size.
Playmaking ability is more important. Cam Ward is greater than Shador in that area.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm getting ready to put. I can't actually say it, but I'm gonna put it up here because I thought it was funny. I don't know who this person is, but baby, you about to be on the screen. Because why did he say that?
What? Who is this? Hold on.
Oh Lord. He said they don't even travel to Jackson, so I know they ain't going to Vegas. Man, why did you say that? Why y'all don't travel? Ain't Grambling only an hour away?
Hour and 45 minutes. Damn.
He said y'all don't even travel to Jackson. How y'all get invited to go to Vegas? Damn.
Well, who should have been the other? Who should have been the school to go to Vegas? Other than us,
Tennessee State.
Do they even got their schedule? Their whole schedule made out?
I don't know. Hell, I don't care. I would have bought out some games to be at some. Somebody should have bought that USM game out, honey. We don't want to see FAMU in Vegas. Don't nobody want to hear them brag different about how they did this with attendance and how they did that and this, that, and the third. Y'all go to Miami. Let's see how your attendance is in Miami. We gonna go to Vegas. What?
That they're going back to Miami.
Yeah, the Orange Blossom Classic. But that's what I was saying. Y'all go over here to Orange Blossom Classic. We gonna go over here to Vegas, and we gonna see who do bigger numbers. And I don't want to hear no excuses. Well, they said Tennessee State can't come to Vegas because they can't fill a 2K campus stadium. Damn! I think this is Mr. Barnes over here saying this foolery. Tennessee State can't fill it. Yes, he's going in. Y'all, who else do you think is worthy of playing on our grass, not wasting our grass? Who do you think is worthy?
Who I think is worthy of playing on our grass?
North Carolina A&T.
Yeah, because I look at what they doing. I'm looking at what Coach Gibbs doing right now.
What's he doing?
Shoot.
All I saw was the coaching hours, and then he brought Austin Hooker back to North Carolina A&T. He went to FAMU.
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what else he did. So what Coach Gibbs is doing is basically he's getting the crew back from when he was under Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
But he also brought Sam Washington back as a consultant.
When?
I think
when did that happen?
Friday. I think it was Friday.
Ooh. I'm gonna be like Mr. Ford. Ooh. Mr. Ford was just going in on them the other day about that. I've been trying to decide on whether or not I'm gonna clip and repost that because he was going kind of in. He wasn't pulling he was not holding back no punches. I think I'm gonna leave that one inside the show. I'm not gonna clip that. Norfolk State. Norfolk, they gotta win something first. They don't get to just jump, get Vic, and then get to come to the main stage like that.
Alcorn got their whole schedule out now.
Ain't nobody studying them. They played Northwestern State, Mississippi State, and
the side chick of HBCU football, Lincoln, California.
I mean, what are we talking about here? They ain't talking about nothing.
They got Alabama A&M as a non-conference schedule, as a non-conference game too. So
what are we talking about here? Northwestern State. We play FCS teams outside of HBCUs. Man, F all that.
They do go to FAMU.
G was pissed about that schedule. I don't want to hear no excuses. Alcorn was picked to win first in the West this past season. I don't want to hear no excuses. Okay?
I wonder what it's going to look like this year. I wonder what media day gonna look like this year.
Y'all got to go back to the drawing board because Jackson State is just it in terms of the fair. Cedric Thomas has a tough first 4 games. See, and that's the thing. Like, who scheduled them games? You know, some of those games are scheduled ahead of time. I know, but it's similar to when we had all of our games away. That was a rough schedule. For our 7 and 4, for our first year, all of our games were away for a long ass time. It's like, dang, how we going?
How we gonna fix it?
Yeah. Wait, let me see something real quick. Because if they was at home all last season, then y'all need to hush. Nope. They was at UAB, Vanderbilt, and then they finally got a home game. And then they went to 2 away games, and then they got a home game. And then they went away game, an away game, an away game, and then they got a home game. So even last year, there wasn't that many home games. Maybe folks just not going to the reservation like that.
They going to the reservation. They just one of those games was against Alabama State. Was supposed to be a home game, but that was the Port City Classic.
The Nacogdoches is not that far away, though, is it? Louisiana, Natchitoches.
Natchitoches.
Northwestern.
Natchitoches from Lorman is probably about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Y'all, I have the schedule for I got the schedule, you guys. Y'all want to see Alcorn schedule? Should we pull it up real quick?
Go ahead, it's nasty.
All right, let's go ahead and pull up this schedule real quick. Let's go ahead and pull it up. There we go. As you can see, you see Nacogdoches, Louisiana on August 30th. What's that, Labor Day weekend?
Yep.
Northwestern State University.
They'll probably win that game.
Probably. Did they win last year?
Well, Northwestern State was still, like I said, Northwestern State was still reeling off their player getting killed and the coaching, and they stopped play. So they're still making up lost time. So I think Alcorn will win that game.
All right. Then they go play Alabama A&M. You got Sam Shade. He getting ready to put on. Y'all see Sam Shade on there? Y'all see Sam Shade and Alabama A&M. They are not coming to play. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Sam Shade said that he's finna beat SWAC West. He's gonna win SWAC West. That's what he said, right? Didn't he say that in his interview? So you already
The
know
SWAC
what's up.
East.
No, he said he gonna win the SWAC West.
Well, he only played 3 teams in the SWAC in the West, so.
Well, I'm just telling you what he said. All right, then we got Mississippi State. Mississippi State was trash.
But Mississippi State gonna dog walk these boys.
It'll probably be their only good win. So, you know.
So what we got?
You know they probably paying pennies on the dollar. If
So
I'm
we got
going
1 and
to
2.
play a SEC team, or if I'm gonna play a Power 5 team or whatever, I'm not going for less than $1 million, please. If you're gonna get your ass beat, you need to get your ass beat for $1 million. Otherwise, schedule some of these lower tier FBS teams. All right. Okay, so this is Coach Hampton's 3rd year, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. They had some of their key pieces leave out this season in their wide receiver and their quarterback. Their quarterback left
Yeah,
too.
Makai left too.
So it's kind of like a rebuild. It's difficult when you don't have that continuity and you're always trying to have to find the core piece, which is the quarterback. That's the core piece of the team.
I got Alcorn in that game.
Finally, they get to play Purview. Now that's another team. Tremaine Jackson let it be known that they plan on winning. They not playing games. They plan on winning this season.
The game is in
Lorman.
Lorman.
Yep. Spinks Chasm. What is it? Spinks
Chasm Stadium.
Yeah, it's there on the reservation. And then for everybody who always talk mess about, for people who be talking about when Jackson State scheduled a D2 team, I always see Lincoln University, California on all these folks' teams every year. The pundits talk mess about how Jackson State ain't played nobody. They played this and they played that. And they always be having Lincoln University on there.
And Lincoln University is not even Division II. It's not even NAIA.
It's like a high school team, ain't it?
Damn near.
How do you even afford to have that? That's a money game for them too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Florida A&M. Now look, after FAMU lost to Valley at home, I said, oh, anything is possible. Now you got Valley coming to Lorman, Mississippi. T-Buck, he said that he's ready to win, and he said that he has paid his dues in terms of starting out as a coordinator. He has worked up the ranks. He's been talking to HBCUs over the last couple of years trying to get a job. And so he said that he's ready.
Hey, Zach, the campus is on a corner in Oakland. Seriously, it is on a corner in Oakland. I promise you, it is on a corner in Oakland, California. It is on a corner in Oakland, California. That is very true. And yes, they do get passed around. And hey, don't just say all the SWAC schools, because the MEAC done got their hands on them too.
Y'all wrong. Ooh, Lord. All right. And then, of course, Texas Southern and Houston.
Depending on who Coach Dishman get as quarterback, I'm gonna go with Third Ward Tigers.
He doesn't have a quarterback?
James Wilson entered the transfer portal.
Damn. Sudden.
Let's see what Coach Gray does in year 2.
I don't know. I feel like Southern gonna take it this year again. You was right there, 8-4. I feel like you can take it again. Grambling, dear Grambling. So so here's one thing that I'm looking at for Alcorn, and that is those big West games. They're all played at home. So technically, I wouldn't even be mad. You got Prairie View at home, you got Southern at home, Grambling at home, and then of course you got Jackson, Mississippi at the Vet. But those big games that are crucial that you win, they're all home games. So yeah, you might, be upset about the way that the schedule looks, but if you break it down, the fact that you have Grambling, Southern, and Prairie View at home, and then UAPB that's really a non-starter. All the games that you have in the West are at home with the exception of UAPB. And I like
it's a startup to get their home field advantage going. So
right. I would take that. So the positives that you can take out of that is the biggest games that really, really matter on your schedule in terms of your seeding for the West. Those are all home games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was just coming on here to talk about that. Grambling's going to be in Vegas and I said, if you could choose a destination for a football game, which one would you choose? Out of 107 votes, 50% of you said Vegas, of course. The second highest was Chicago, then Miami, then New York. Don't nobody want to go to New York, I guess.
I want to go to New York. I've never been to New York. I've been to Miami before. I've never been to New York.
I would have to go to New York like in September. You don't really want to start going there when it starts getting cool outside. Okay. I was trying to avoid talking about this. Y'all know y'all get kind of... They went in on me on my Twitter. I was just saying. I wasn't, saying that I'm a Trumper or any of the other. I was just like, I was being facetious because the other day, Donald Trump basically said that, here, I'm going to play it so you guys can hear it. And then we'll talk about the freeze funding. Because a lot of folks are in a hizzy. They've got folks spreading misinformation.
We are fighting hard to get birthright citizenship or automatic citizenship.
And I don't know. I feel like it's pandering. It might be a little bit of both. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to say his name. They said New York is nasty. They have master splinter size rats everywhere.
I heard, but it's still on my bucket list.
Rats the size of dogs running around rampant.
It's still on my bucket list.
Where's the turtles at to match? All right, so maybe we won't talk about that. Maybe I won't play it. So basically what he said was that the 14th Amendment was for children of slaves. That's basically what he said.
I remember what it's. I heard that one. But,
okay, I'm gonna ban that word. I have to ban the word. Lord, they said they getting rid of folks channels if you talk about him. Let me go ahead and delete it. Blocked words. Jump. There we go.
But isn't that what a dictator does?
I don't know. I would hope not.
The dictator tried to control the media, tries to control everything.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I could have sworn that they actually, yeah. Okay, so a federal judge blocked it. So let's just put that out there. So basically, what happened is that on Tuesday, Donald Trump decided that he is going to freeze all federal grants and loans, and pause the funding, basically. Then it became, and this is the thing, like they do so much weird stuff. It's hard to keep up with what's real and what's not. Like I can't decipher between the two. Like, what is going on? Like, how is this working? So I'm gonna read this. Federal judge blocks federal spend. So basically, they block the order of federal spending freeze after a day of chaos. And when we say a day, we mean like folks are running around like crazy trying to figure out what's what. So Medicaid, education, and housing funds were all interrupted Tuesday, even though the White House said its order was meant to be limited. A federal judge on Tuesday temporarily blocked president from imposing a sweeping pause on trillions of dollars in federal spending, capping a frantic day of disruption to government programs that fund schools, provide housing, and ensure low-income Americans have access to health care. The order prevented the new restriction from taking effect until at least February 3rd, buying time for a coalition of public health advocates, nonprofits, and businesses represented by the left-leaning group Democracy Forward to proceed with a case that may test claims of expansive power over the nation's fiscal trajectory. The decision arrived amid a wave of chaos and confusion in Washington, where few appeared to understand the scope and intention of the White House memo that directed agencies to temporarily pause the disbursement of key federal funds. Even before it could officially take effect at 5 p.m., thousands of government services, many dedicated primarily to Americans' health, safety, and well-being, appeared to be at risk of interruption or shut down temporarily. For hours, states reported issues accessing funds under Medicaid, even though the White House later said it wasn't supposed to be affected by the spending halt. Preschool centers struggled to obtain reimbursements from their federal program known as Head Start, putting some child care services at financial risk. A web portal that housing providers use to draw down money for government voucher and rental assistance funds stopped working Tuesday, though the cause was not immediately clear. And federal health and education officials similarly said they had to halt work in response to the mixed messages from the White House. That stalled money for some after-school programs, charter schools, and the Special Olympics. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it like fiscally conservative, but that's.
So here's my only concern, which they did say that it doesn't apply to Pell Grants.
No.
So the thing with HBCUs is not even just Pell Grants, just there's other grants that people receive that's federal funding. And that is HBCUs. I don't know about everybody's HBCU, but I know at Jackson State, they be holding our refund check for a minute.
That's everybody.
That's all HBCUs.
They did that when I was at Stephen F. Austin. They was holding my refund check for about 3 weeks.
They ain't do that at
that was a PWI.
They ain't do it at UNCG. You got your refund right after school started. Within a week, they processed it. straight to your account, direct deposit.
I was like, sure, I got some shoes to get. I gotta give me some new J's. Nah, but that was the old me back then.
So, and I question some of these. Like, there's so much misinformation that goes on the internet. You have to be careful about what's disseminated because folks will just be making up stuff.
Well, they say like how people snap and TANF won't go, and I'm like, I looked on my thing. I'm supposed to get a deposit on February the 20th on my food stamp card. Don't judge me. But at the same time, it's like when you start reading it, that was like, well, they can't really affect that because that's, more, I think it's more on the states, but I know it's a federal program though.
So I want to say that there was some type of like funding issue at Benedict College where they're pausing certain types of spending. So some of this stuff is not necessarily that the government has actually done something, but it's more so of taking action, right? Especially for HBCUs. If you're expecting for certain types of funding to not be readily available, then you would go ahead and shut down some of these things. I know that Tuskegee just shut down their basketball, a whole bunch of programs. Did you see that?
DM that to me on Twitter. I'll read it.
I think nephew sent it to me.
Okay.
Dear members of Talladega, yeah.
You said Talladega, not Tuskegee.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Not Tuskegee, Talladega. I'm sorry. Talladega College has shut down men's volleyball, acrobatics and tumbling, men and women's golf, men and women's indoor track programs. Okay, they still have basketball, but they shut down all those programs. Talladega did. Mind you, they just shut down their
gymnastics program. Can they shut down the band program?
Why?
Because it's terrible.
Is it?
No, I'm just messing around.
Oh, so anyway, Benedict said, there's gonna be a hiring freeze, and I was just like, wait a minute. But then you have to think that for HBCUs, who, especially being that some of us don't have large endowments, you have to think of what type of effect this is going. So we don't have large endowments, and on top of not having a large endowment, you have the research dollars that are in jeopardy as well. And that plays a huge part. But I'm just wondering how is this going to affect folks? Because you have that going on, but then you also have a lot of federal workers who are being let go as well, or not hired, or they're not getting their contracts. I don't know what is going to happen. I mean, we're talking about going to Vegas, but for a lot of folks, it's just business as usual. But it is going to be interesting to see what becomes of Donald Trump and his radical policies that he's putting into place.
Well,
I don't want to talk about it because it makes me sad. It's stressful not knowing whether or
Yeah,
not
I you know, and you know what though? We
stuff.
talked about we talked about it a little bit this morning, and after that, I was like, I don't want to talk about it no more because the more you talk about it, the more incensed that you get, and especially you get incensed for the folks who actually voted for him, and they look like you. Now you'd be like, this is what you F around and you finding out what it really is. You know what I'm saying? But this is one of the things I don't want to really too much talk about. But because until it starts affecting on the state and the local level, that's when shit really gonna hit the fan, when it starts affecting on the state and the local level. State, your county, your local municipality, whatever. That's when you really gonna be in a panic. But the crazy thing is, most of us, even though yes, we stay in red. Well, you stay in a blue state. I stay in a red state, but I stay in a Democratic stronghold county, where we're all about, we try to keep our business at bay. So
Prayers. I'm sure that by Saturday we'll have some more things to talk about. Doc, when's the next time you go live?
I'm gonna go live tomorrow because I'm not gonna go live Thursday. I'll be in Arlington.
Okay.
I'll be in Arlington. I will be suited and booted with I think Ken is gonna be here. I think Ken is here. Shout out to my boy Gerald, Coach Huggins from Morgan State. He's here also with Draft HBCU. That's what he does on the side.
For the East-West Shrine Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said you wasn't going no more.
No,
you
I'm
got to
going.
work. Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to the game. I had to work.
Okay.
Yeah, I got called
You're
in
not going
yesterday
to
to
the
work.
practice. Okay.
Right. I was gonna go to the practice and I got called in to work. So I'll be in Arlington on Thursday.
And who is playing in that? That's an HBCU player?
None. Oh, yes, one. It's Aaron Boogie Smith from South
Okay,
Carolina
from South
State.
Carolina State. From South Carolina State. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the other ones were all from from Colorado, but they went to Jackson.
Are you talking about Shiloh? Cam and
Shiloh,
Shador?
Shador, yeah. Yeah. Yep. So
Okay, well, enjoy. I will see y'all back here on Saturday. I don't know if I'm going live on Thursday yet. So I will see you guys back on Saturday. Everybody have a blessed night. Be safe. Go ahead and do the benediction.
I always forget the first part.
Caden High from South Carolina State transferred to Stanford. Really?
Yeah, he did.
Stanford?
Mm-hmm.
Is Stanford even a good football team? Or is just good
at good academics?
I guess.
But he in the ACC though. That's the crazy thing.
May the Lord watch
between me and D.
Oh, go ahead.
May the Lord watch.
May the who?
May the Lord watch between me and D while we're absent, one from another. Amen. Be easy.
Not amen. Do y'all say amen or amen? Y'all say it in the chat while we're looking out. Because this man said amen. Is it amen or is it amen? Which one do you say?
I say both.
Okay.
I went to an AME church.
What's that?
African Methodist Episcopal.
Okay.
And it's founded by a black man, Richard Allen.
Okay.
Who is also a Mason.
Here you go
So-
with that Mason stuff. Good Lord.
What you think? I told you what you think the Shriners is.
I don't know nothing about it. Y'all have a good night and y'all enjoy the Shriners.
I've had some good days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I don't know. The clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why should this day? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord.